A very good morning, students. Let's begin today's class from lesson 3.2, and the name of the lesson, as you can see, is Beaks and Feathers. Before starting the lesson, I would like to tell you the meaning of this beaks and feathers. And also I'll make you clear with the help of image that what are beaks and what are feathers. So the meaning of beaks is a bird's horny projecting jaws. And what is feathers? Usually students, you have noticed on the bird's skin that are feathers. Now let me clear with the help of image of these two. This is the different birds which have different size of beaks. These are called beaks. And next I want to show you the feathers. These are the feathers. What I said you about feathers, that you have noticed on the skin of the birds, that are feathers. Now come back to the lesson. Now students, I would like to start with the reading of the paragraph and then I'll explain. So let's start. Birds are found in numberless shapes and sizes, but they all have wings and feathers. Some of the birds can fly thousands of kilometers. Others, such as the ostrich and the penguin, can't fly at all. The ostrich is the world's largest bird. It can run 70 km an hour. It can weigh more than 150 kg. An ostrich egg is bigger than a grapefruit. The smallest bird is the hummingbird. It can fly backwards and sideways also. It weighs less than 2 grams. Now here in this paragraph, first line, what it is given, birds are found in numberless shapes and sizes. Here it is given that we have seen birds in our everyday life. Now, and also what we have seen, the birds, we have seen that they are in different shapes and sizes. But each and every birds have wings and feathers. We have seen all the birds that they have wings and feathers. Some of the birds can fly thousands of kilometers. From that birds that have wings and feathers, they use their wings to fly. The birds, they use their wings to fly. Now, what it is given that many of the birds can fly with the help of their wings thousands of kilometers. They can travel thousands of kilometers. And others, such as the ostrich and the penguin, can't fly at all. It means they have wings and feathers, but then also they can't fly. Which birds can't fly? They comes under the birds, that is the ostrich and the penguin, but then also they can't fly. The ostrich is the world's largest bird. Now, which is the largest bird, students? The ostrich is the world's largest bird. It can run 70 km an hour. It can weigh more than 150 kg. The world's largest bird, that is the ostrich, can run 70 km an hour and its weight can be more than 150 kg. Now you can assume this 150 kg, it means what? That's why it is the world's largest bird. You can even see in the image of your book that the given picture is of ostrich. Now, one more thing is given here, that An ostrich egg is bigger than a grapefruit. Now what is grapefruit, student? A large round yellow fruit with juicy flesh that is slightly sour. That is citrus or lime, we can say. That is grapefruit. So here the comparison is given from grapefruit. That is, an ostrich egg is bigger than a grapefruit. Now the smallest bird is the hummingbird. Which is the smallest bird? Hummingbird is the smallest bird. And the largest bird is the ostrich. Now we have learned about the ostrich. The next is the hummingbird. About hummingbird, it is given here that it can fly backwards and sideways also, and the weight of the bird is very much less, that is less than 2 grams, and the image of the hummingbird is given here. And it can fly backwards also and sideways also. It means, students, everybody you have seen that it can fly only forwards, but hummingbird is having the quality of flying backwards and sideways. So come to next paragraph. All birds, from the giant ostrich to the tiny hummingbird. Giant ostrich means huge ostrich. In the previous paragraph, that is in the first paragraph, we have seen that the weight of ostrich can be more than 150 kg, whereas the smallest bird in the world, that is hummingbird, weight can be less than 2 grams. So here it is given that all birds, from the giant ostrich to the tiny hummingbird, are warm-blooded vertebrates. What is warm-blooded? Having a fairly high temperature that does not change with the outside temperature. Now one more thing is given in the meaning of this word warm-blooded is that most animals living on land are warm-blooded, but reptiles and fish are cold-blooded. Their blood temperature changes with the outside temperature. So here vertebrates, and the other meaning, the vertebrates meaning is what? Birds or animals that have a backbone are called vertebrates. They have a spinal cord, or we can say they have a backbone, are called vertebrates. They have 2 scaly legs. What is scaly, students? Having scales. It means thin plates of hard material that is covering the skin of the animals, that is scaly legs, 2 wings, and a beak and feathers. Most birds molt. And now what is the meaning of molt? Lose feathers before new ones grow. Then all there, when they molt, here first see that most birds molt once or twice a year. When they molt, they shed. Again the meaning of shed is what? Lose something by letting it fall off. They shed all their old feathers and replace them with the new ones. The female bird lays eggs that are kept warm by one of both parents until the young birds hatch, means come out of an egg, hatch from the eggs. The parents feed the young until they are ready to leave the nest and hunt for their own food. Now here what it is given, all birds, that is from the big ostrich to the tiny, that is small hummingbird, are warm-blooded vertebrates, means it can move one place to another. The difference between the temperature, they can handle that, means their body is a warm-blooded one. It means that if they are moving from high temperature to the low temperature, it means from inside, if they are living and if they are moving to the hot rays, sun rays, there it should be high temperature. It will be high temperature in outside. So if they are moving like this from high temperature to low temperature, it does not affect their body. To whom its effect? Its effect only to the cold-blooded one. And fish, like fish used to live in water, and if it will move outside, if it will move out of the water, there will be something happen to the fish. It means it can even die. So, and they have two scaly legs. Now, it has been mentioned over here that the birds have two scaly legs. Scaly means thin plates of hard material covering the skin, having scales on it. Two wings they have, and a beak and feathers. Now, most birds molt once or twice a year, means they lose their feather. They lose their feathers before new ones grow, means it is a very important part of the birds that they have to molt once or twice a year. It happens on their body. When they molt, it means when they lose their feathers, they shed all their old feathers. It means they lose all their old feathers and replace them with the new ones, and new ones automatically come out. The female birds. Now it is given about the female birds that lays eggs that are kept warm. Always female birds used to keep their eggs warm by one or both parents, means from female and male also it kept warm. Now, until the young birds hatch from the eggs, until the young birds, it means the birds that is inside the egg that hatch from the eggs. It means it comes out from the eggs. The parents feed the young until they are ready to leave the nest and hunt for their own food. Until they are ready to leave the nest, the parents used to feed the young birds, and also they feed until they hunt for their own food. Now let's see what is given in the next paragraph. Birds live all over the world. Yes, we have seen, as I said you, that every day if we will go out of our house, we can see birds all over here and there. So birds live all over the world. Every species of birds has different habits and habitats. Every species means students, a group of birds, or we can say the family of birds has different habits and habitats. Means if one bird can eat a kind of insects, other birds only survive by eating grass and all. Each bird family builds the type of house that suits its lifestyle. Now here it is given that a bird can build their house. You have seen many of the birds that they build their nest, like hummingbirds, and many birds are there who build the types of houses. We have seen the different types of nest also the birds used to build for living their life. Most birds fly, but a few stay on the ground. Most of the birds can fly, like we have learned the example of ostrich and penguin also, it comes under birds, but these are the birds, they can't fly, but most of the birds, they fly. Many birds migrate long distances to escape from cold winters. Migrate means student move from one place to another according to weather. It is given that many birds who don't like winter season. So what they do? what they prefer to do? They just move from one place to another according to the weather. They don't carry with them any compass or map. Compass means a device for finding the direction. They don't have any kind of compass to see the direction, that in which direction it is, north, south, east or west, in which direction they have to move. They don't have any kind of map or compass, but they travel to the same place year after year, and seldom get lost. Seldom get lost means rarely they lost their direction, and the place means every time they move from one place to another, but they never lost their direction. Every time they go to the other place and come back to the same place year after year, but they never lost their direction. Now, what is given in the next paragraph? The feet and beaks of birds are adapted. What is the meaning of adapted? Become adjusted to new conditions, to their lifestyle. The feet and beaks of birds are made like that they can adapt any situation, they can adapt on any condition and adapt to their lifestyle. Some birds have perching toes. Perching means capable of holding a branch and staying on it. You have seen many of the birds, like how they used to hold the branch and sit over on it. So they have perching toes. Others have webbed toes that help them swim and keep them from sinking into the mud. After perching toes, we have here webbed toes, that is toes joined by skin. The toes that is joined by skin. So some birds have perching toes, and while other we can see webbed toes. That the webbed toes which have the birds, it is very helpful for them to swim and also keep them safe from sinking into the mud. Raptors have sharp talons, claws and very strong beaks. Raptors means birds of prey, birds that kill other creatures for food, that are called raptors. So they have sharp talons. Talons or claws is given in the bracket. The meaning of both are same, that is pointed nails on the toes of some birds. Here these are the talons. These are called talons. So what is the use of these talons? They can hold the birds from their toes. Pointed nails they have, which is helpful to hold the other birds or other creatures, we can say. Now, Sedators have short, stout bills of different size according to the size of seed they eat. Sedators means birds that live mainly on seeds. The birds that live mainly on seeds are called sedators. Now they have short, stout. Stout means strong and thick bills of different size according to the size of seed they eat. Now woodpeckers have sharp pointed bills with which they drill holes into the bark of trees. You have seen the woodpeckers, what they used to do? A bird. What is woodpeckers? A bird that climbs trees and taps them rapidly with its beak to find insects. So, woodpeckers generally have sharp pointed bills with which, bills means a kind of beak. They have the sharp pointed bills with which they drill means they used to holes into the bark of the trees. Now, see the next paragraph. Now here it is given about the hummingbirds. Before starting this, I want to show you the picture of the hummingbird. This is hummingbird, students. You can see it have long needle shaped bills, and this is called, and this one which I have circled, that is long, very much long, you can see, and it is a like needle shaped, which is very helpful for them to suck nectar. What is a nectar? A sweet liquid produced by flowers. So they used to suck the nectar from the tube like part of flowers. Here you can see that they used to suck the nectar with the help of their sharp, that is long needle shaped bills. So just now we have seen about the hummingbirds, and the same thing is given here, that they have a long needle shaped bills which is very much helpful for them to suck nectar, that is to suck a sweet liquid that is produced by flowers from the tube like flowers. Okay, now bug. What is bug, students? Any kind of small insects are bug. So bug eaters, mud probbers. What is mud probbers? Birds that search into the mud for their food. And fish scoopers. Fish scoopers is what? Birds that dive down with a quick and sudden movement to pick up a fish. So all these have bills that help them find the kind of food they need. So at last, what we have learned here, students, that the bills which have birds, that is helpful for them to take or to find the kind of food, to take the food that is helpful for them. What is helpful for them? The bills. Here everything is given about bills, that whatever they need they can find out. Now some birds have straight bills, others have curved bills. A curved bill is called a beak. Now the straight one is known as the bills, but a curved bills we can also call it as a beak. The bill of a bird of prey is mostly curved. We have seen the picture as in the starting only. I have shown you the different beak of the birds, that they have different sizes of beaks, and the curved one generally it called as a beak. Now the bill of a prey is mostly curved. We have seen that mostly it is only in a curved form, means the shape of the bill of a bird is in curved form. It is adapted for striking and tearing its prey. Now next one. A bird's whole body is specially made for flight. Its bones are partly hollow to save weight. Its breast muscles work. Work means it can easy to move or operate the wings and are very strong. So a bird's whole body, the structure is made like that so that it can easily fly in a high direction and it can move from one place to another. Its bones are partly hollow to save weight. It can move easily, it can fly easily because the structure are made like that. Now the wings are very strong. It has very strong wings. The tail helps in steering. Steering, it means what? Controlling the direction. The tails, you have seen the tails of the birds, that is helpful for moving or controlling the direction. It also acts as a brake and helps the birds to balance. Whenever there is a misbalance or a kind of unbalance they face, what they do? It means the tail, it helps or acts like a brake. Now large birds can flap their wings slowly and float on air currents. Large birds have obviously large birds. If large birds are there, it means it have large wings, so it can flap slowly. The wings of a large bird can flap slowly and float on air currents. Float means move slowly in the direction of the air currents. Small birds have to flap their wings fast to stay in the air. Large birds, they don't have to work hard to move their wings, as they can float easily or they can move easily. But small birds, they have to flap, they have to move their wings very fast if they want to fly and if they want to stay in the air. And next is, all birds lay eggs. Most birds are busy parents. They work hard to rear their young. Rear means to care for the young until they are fully grown. Some, like the cuckoo, lay their eggs in the nest of other birds. Many birds are there, like here it is given in the example that like the cuckoo. They lay their eggs in the nest of the other birds. They don't give their eggs in their own place or in their own nest, but they like to lay their eggs in the nest of the other birds and leave them there for foster parents. What is foster parent, students? Parents caring for a young one who is not their own. Means obviously they lay their eggs in the nest of other birds and they leave their eggs over there. Why? Because they leave their eggs there in the nest for caring. The parents who are living there, the birds which are living there, they will care their eggs. So foster parents to hatch and rear. Most birds are wild, but some, such as chickens, pigeons and canaries. Now here, canaries, plural of canary, is given a small yellow bird with a beautiful song, often kept in a cage as a pet. Generally people used to keep this canary in a cage. Have been domesticated. All these birds can be domesticated, have been domesticated. Some birds are bred on farms for their eggs and meat. Now let's have a closer look at some fascinating members of the feathered fellowship. Means those who are of feathered fellowships. Let's see. Eagles are raptors. Eagles are raptors. We have learned the meaning of raptors. Raptors meaning is what, students? Birds that kill other creatures for food. So eagles come under that raptors. Birds of prey. Birds of prey, in the bracket you can see it is given. It means animal or birds hunted for food. Most eagles are larger than any other raptors. Like all birds of prey, prey here is using for birds. They have very large hooked beaks for ripping flesh from their prey. Ripping flesh, it means tearing. Okay, ripping means tearing suddenly and violently. The eagles, they always like to eat kind of flesh. So flesh from their prey. They have strong muscular legs and powerful talons. Talons means pointed nails to catch the animals from their talons. So their eyes are extremely powerful. Means if they are flying very high, then also they can watch their food from the sky. They enable them to spot their prey from a very long distance. If they are flying very high, then also they can spot their prey from very long distance. It means very high feet they can catch them. So next paragraph we will continue in the next video. Thank you, students.